Hi, my name's Simon Mole and I am a poet. By the end of this video, you will have written a poem. All you need to get started is something to write on, something to write with, and an object. A thing of some kind. That could just be an everyday thing, like this mug or this pen. It could be something a bit more unusual, like this little toy boat here, or this damp meter. So, in a moment you're going to pause the video to grab an object, something that your grown-up has said you can use, and then you're going to hit play when you're ready to do some poetry magic and turn that thing into a poem of your very own. Great stuff. Before we get started with our object, do you think my name suits me? Simon Mole. Do I look like a Simon to you? Or is there another name that you think might suit me better? Danny. Herbert. Lord Herbert Sherbert III. To get warmed up today, we're going to take a couple of minutes making a list of as many names as we can. Not names for me now, any names at all. They can be long names, short names, a name that you've just invented. They can be quite silly, but they cannot be the name of a character from a book or a TV show or a film. So you can have Harry, you can have Hazard, you can have Harry Gigawatts, but you can't have Harry Potter. Pause the video now for no more than 2 minutes to write a list of as many names as you can, and then hit play when you're done. Awesome. How many names did you get? 3? 4? More than 4. Well done either way. I want you to pick up your object again now. And then look at your list of names. Which name from your list looks or sounds like the name of a character who might own your object? It's fine if a totally new name just pops into your head as well. For this little toy boat, I'm going with Erin Anderson. I think she's 8 years old. And for the damp meter, I'm going with Cheddar Pete, who I think is 28. Once you've decided which character owns your object, I want you to write their name as a title at the top of your page. You can put their age as well if you want to. Pause the video to do that now, and then hit play when you're done. Great stuff. Every question that I ask you from now, I want you to answer as if you are your character. And the first question is a simple one. What have you got? So for Erin, I might say, I have a little toy boat with matchstick masts and string for rigging. You can start yours the way I did as well if you want. I have and definitely try to describe the object a bit. I have a damp meter with 2 shiny silver spikes. But to be honest, I reckon I might change this from a damp meter to a high-tech cheese detector, which can sense the presence of cheese from 30 miles away. So if you want to lie a bit, change what your object does, that is fine with me. Pause the video now to write down the first line of your poem, I have and then hit play when you're ready for the next one. Fantastic. Well done. Now I want to know a little bit about why this object is so important. You could tell me how your character got it, when they got it. You could tell me what they use it for. So for the boat, I'm going to say, as Erin, I got this from my grandpa, but I've not seen him for ages. And Cheddar Pete is going to say, I designed it and built it myself. Since cheese was outlawed, we've all had to be a bit more inventive. Pause the video now to get a few notes down as your character and then hit play when you're ready for the next question. Great stuff. This time I want to know about sleep. Does your character sleep on their side with their legs tucked up or flat on their back? What kind of pyjamas have they got? Where do they sleep? When do they sleep? What do they think of as they drift off at night? I reckon Cheddar Pete sleeps with his little cheese detector under his pillow. So if it wakes him up beeping, he knows that he's been dreaming about cheese again. Pause the video now to write your answer in the voice of your character and then hit play when you're ready to move on. Awesome. Now I want to know something that your character is good at, really good at. It could be piano, ice skating, whistling. For Cheddar Pete, I'm going to say, if only you could see me when I'm sneaking past the cheese guards. I move fast, keep low. So you could start yours like I did if you want. If only you could see me when. And if possible, try and describe your character doing their thing a little bit as well. Pause the video to get some notes down on your page now, and then hit play when you're done. Okay, this time I want to know what was the last thing your character looked up on the internet. For Erin, I might say, yesterday I googled how to shrink a human. What would it be like to live aboard this boat? Pause the video to get your thoughts down and then hit play when you are ready for our final question. All right, last one now, happiness. So you could tell me when your character was happiest, or you could tell me what their vision of perfect happiness might be in the future. For Erin, I'm going to say, I will be happy when I see my grandpa again. It will be soon. I know it will. Pause the video to get a few thoughts down for your character and then hit play when you're ready to have some fun with all of your answers. Awesome. Well done. Pens and pencils down. Give your fingers a little stretch if you want to. Give yourself a round of applause, a high five. In a moment, you're going to read your answers aloud, in the order that you wrote them down in. I'm confident that what you will hear will be starting to sound like a poem or a little story in the voice of your character. Once you hear it back, you might want to change things a bit, maybe swapping the order around. You might want to add some more ideas to some of your answers. You might want to leave one or two of them out completely. Can you set something up at the start of your poem? Something exciting or unusual? And then give us a bit more information on that later. For example, I would introduce the high-tech cheese detector, but I might not mention at the start that cheese has been outlawed. Then, when we get to the bit about Cheddar Pete sneaking past the guards, it will be mysterious as well as exciting. This part of the writing process is a bit like a puzzle, and it's definitely the part that I enjoy the most. If you can give clues or hints at a bigger story or a bigger world for your character, people listening to or reading your poem will start to get creative and imaginative too. They might be thinking what your character did before they started talking in the poem, or what your character will do next. However your writing turns out, I would absolutely love to read it. Please do whack it up in the comments underneath the video. Thanks for watching.